Thanks for tuning in to another ARLifestyles, where you come to be inspired to be the best version of yourself. Now, before we get started, I would like to encourage you to listen to the whole video. And if you like what you hear, if you feel inspired for change, if you want better, then hit the like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. Now, the topic of this today is why your low abundant mindset is affecting your relationships. Now, my last episode, I spoke on having a high abundant mindset. So it's only right for me to talk and speak on this topic of the low abundant mindset. So, one reason why your low abundant mindset is affecting your relationship is because low abundant mindset equals low self-esteem and lack of confidence. And basically having a low abundant mindset, it basically states that you don't feel like you're good enough. And it shows in a lot of things that you do. Even if you may not even be aware of it, but that lack of confidence and low self-esteem, it shows in the form of insecurities, and that you really can't hide. And this really doesn't amount to wealth in this conversation. It can in another conversation, but not in this conversation, because there's people that's wealthy that have a low abundant mindset and they feel less than. And there's many ways you can feel less than. And one way is not giving your all, not taking care of yourself, just having a double life, having a messed up conscience, not living conscious free. And those insecurities can fester. That's why you always got to be like on your highest vibration. I wouldn't say always, because there's times where you have to, stoop low. But you got to understand there's a balance. And staying low is depression. And that's actually the next reason why your low abundant mindset is affecting your relationships, because of knowing that you're not giving your all, knowing that you're not working out or eating like you're supposed to be, or treating people with love and respect like you should, or being honest. It catches up to you eventually, and you start to become depressed. And it adds to that low abundant mindset of stagnation, because depression is unhealthy. It puts you in a corner. It puts you in a space where we'll hear the church bells ringing, where you're like, you don't want to give your all. You don't want to do much. You just want to stay sheltered. That's what depression does. So it doesn't add to your success and your attainment of achieving the next level, I should say. With that low abundant mindset in relationships, I've noticed that it creates a neediness within you. a neediness archetype, a neediness character that's repulsive in a way, because no one wants like a needy person around them. So like, say you're in a relationship, male or female, whichever. If you have a low abundant mindset, then you're probably smothering your spouse because you have nothing else going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not giving yourself your all. So that time and energy and effort you're trying to give to your spouse, and that's kind of annoying in a way, because you're supposed to be always bettering yourself to continue to create that lust and desire and spark and chemistry with you and your spouse. I didn't know that before. Now I know. That's why I'm helping you guys out, and I wrote the book and I'm speaking to myself as well. So it's not like I know it all. When I speak, I'm speaking from experience, I'm speaking from growth, I'm speaking because I'm evolving, and I feel like I'm helping you. This is therapeutic to me as well. So the neediness in relationships, I got 3 key pointers where your neediness can affect your relationship and it becomes annoying. First, financially. If you're not on your purpose and you're basically not on your purpose, that's why you have a low abundant mindset in the first place. I explained this last episode that high abundance means purpose. You find your purpose, you have high abundance, you use your time wisely, all that good stuff. You don't deal with people that that doesn't line up with your purpose. You know your worth, all that good stuff. So this episode is the opposite of that, and I want to highlight this because a lot of people don't know. So financially, it affects your relationship when you have a low abundant mindset, because you don't have the discipline to block away distraction, to focus on getting that bread so you can be comfortable. In return, you become dependent on your spouse or whoever's taking care of you or helping you out, I should say. And for a man, that's very unattractive. Women could get away with that, for life, I feel, as long as they're pretty enough or feminine enough or whatever. So financially, that's really the worst, because a man should be financially stable. He should be secure within himself. He should have built his kingdom, and when he meets his queen, he should allow her to be comfortable, and then she can add a little spice to the kingdom. But he gotta have his own shit first, because if you're not financially stable and you get in a relationship, it's really gonna put some strain on it, because I'll go deeper into that into another episode, because that deserves a whole episode for that. But the next neediness effect for having a low abundant mindset is physically. You become physically dependent as well on your spouse, because you're not high abundant, which means you're not getting the high caliber that you would like. So technically you're settling. So what you do have at the moment, maybe you're not settling. Maybe she's the best you can get, or he's the best you can get. But at the end of the day, if you're dependent financially, you're probably dependent physically too, which your emotions get attached, and that's a whole nother weight. Emotional baggage is weight. it's just, that's another negative energy that's taken away from your purpose and you shining, so you don't want to be, financially and physically, emotionally. Emotionally is the next one. Why your low abundant mindset is affecting your relationships, because you become emotionally attached, which is fine, but not when it's over consuming your whole identity. Then it becomes kind of weird. You don't want to give your all where you're losing yourself completely, because that becomes unattractive. And in most cases, that person was attracted to you in the beginning because you were yourself. And somehow you became overly infatuated and you lost track of your goals and your purpose. Period. Next thing, that goes to wasting time. You waste a lot of time on people that's not people, and things that's not lined up to your evolution. You're tied to people that keeps you stagnant, because once again, high abundance is exploring and finding yourself. Low abundance is more so just comfortable, mediocre, which brings depression, because you always see people doing bigger, better, greater, shining, and it's like, what you doing? So that brings a sense, that brings an envious, jealous spirit within itself. Seriously. Real talk. Waste the time on wrongful people, wrongful thoughts, wrongful things, negative patterns, no fulfillment. All this creates a victim mindset if you stay with that attitude for a long period of time, because now you can't, you're what's the word for it? You're in denial. And now when you see other people surpassing you and doing greater things, and you're stuck in the same spot, you either have to self-reflect or you have to be the victim. And in most cases, what I've noticed and what I've realized is that people with a low abundant mindset, they have a victim mindset. And me, I'm not a victim. I don't have a victim mindset. I have a high abundant mindset. And only if you knew my story, you would know that if I could do it, you could do it. Seriously. I started this channel to help people like you and I evolve, learn from our mistakes, and have successful relationships in all ways: business, spousal, family, everything. We've all been kind of misinformed, so it's time to seek the truth so we can have stronger families, stronger relationships, and make the world a better place. Now, if you like what you heard so far, and you would like to stay tuned for me and the evolution of my book, The Alpha Male versus Female Nature, that will be dropping soon, very soon. If you'd like to follow this journey with my podcast, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to AR Lifestyles. Appreciate you. Peace.